Here we are back with the Xplane 11. We are flying today from Slovenj Gradec to hopefully Zagreb, which is about heading of due south, and it is apparently, can I get the information from that field please? About 60 nautical miles, so we're looking at about an hour and a bit flying. We're going to take off from Slovenj Gradec here, and there is actually an AI just sitting there, so we're going to use the grass runway off to the right. I'm not going to file a flight plan until we are well on the way, because the AI traffic control is quite miserable. Anyway, I've got the park brake on, so let's go through the quick checks. We'll get the battery up and running. We'll get our avionics on, and we'll turn our beacon and transponder on. I'm going to leave it on the current squawk of 4700. Mixture full rich. Okay, there goes the radio's busy already, and I'm going to just check the prop. It's clear as usual. Fuel pump on, and we'll get this thing started. Okay, good. Idling away. Now we'll get the oh, we've already done the start, haven't we? We'll get the alternator on. We will turn the fuel pump back off, and we'll turn our navigation lights on, and we'll turn the landing light on so long as we remember to turn that back off again. So as I said, we're not going to, just check the flaps are fully up, we're not going to use this runway. We are going to taxi, actually I'll go off to the left. This is a heading of about 130/140, I think this runway. Actually I think it's 14. So we'll get airborne, and we will then turn right onto about 170. I hope this is actually a runway and not a taxiway. It looks good. Okay, we'll just throttle up and we'll go from here.
November 01 X-ray Papa, climb and maintain flight level 360.
Okay, we're away. Coming up to a bit of a taxiway here. Let's go over that. We're clear. So I'm going to get into a right hand turn pretty smartly soon.
November 01 X-ray Papa, climb and maintain flight level 360.
I'll get into the right hand turn now. And we'll try and climb over the shallow portion of these hills out in front here. I don't think we've got a... Nope, it's about the best place to climb that I can see. Bit of a gap there. Now we'll go for a fairly steep climb and get ourselves up over these hills. Just ask for the altimeter.
November 170.
3026.
Lima, Juliet, altimeter 3026.
Cool. Okay. Oh, it's that 183. I'm going to come left. 3026 is our altimeter. Oh, bugger. 302. That's about there. Okay, we just turned a bit too far while I was fiddling around with the altimeter. That's okay. We're up over the height we need to be to clear these hills safely. So let's just make sure we're properly on about 165, 170.
November 01 X-ray Papa, climb and maintain flight level 360.
And it looks like I'm going to need a altitude of about 6,000 or 7,000 to make this trip across. So we're going to keep climbing I'm going to reduce the rate of climb just a fraction so we can get a bit more forward speed. But it's pretty decent. Right, now 177. How are we trimmed? We've got a bit of left roll happening, and that's not coming from the rudder, that's coming from the aileron, because I'm trimmed out. Okay, how good is the trim? Left wing's rolling down, that's aileron. Bit of nose up, I'll just trim it down 2 notches, 1 back up. Let's get that left wing over. Okay, that looks good. Pretty well trimmed. I'm very tempted to turn this radio off, but I'm not quite sure how. So I'm going to leave it on. It just means we have to put up with these. Wow, I've got a lot of right wing down still happening. Come on, stay trimmed, stay trimmed.
November 01 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 360.
Up to flight level 360, November.
That's my ASI. Yeah, now the left wing's dropping. Very hard to get this aileron trimmed out perfectly.
Papa. Fly heading 260.
Coming up 5,000 feet now. I've got a nice view here of the Slovenian mountains. It's a nice day for flying. I'm not tracking real world conditions because it's quite late in the evening at the moment, and I don't like the way the night environment's rendering with the moon. I just tried it before, and there's that horrible moon issue still. So until they fix that, I'm going to fly daytime, which is a bit of a shame because some of these airfields look spectacular at night. Right, we can turn our landing light off. Just remembered. Save a bit of battery. Still climbing up 5,500 feet. Maybe we'll level off at 6. And I'm just going to check the map to see where we're headed. Okay, we're going to have to come left onto about 140, something like that. Let's just make sure. Yeah, I'd say that's about 140. Maybe a little bit shallower even, 130. That also means we're not pointing at the sun, which is good. Now let's just check the altimeter. Am I set to the correct setting? I want to go up just a fraction more. Okay, that's good. Because I am going to file a flight plan at some point, and we'll go for instrument assisted approach and landing at Zagreb. Oh, you know what? Let's just go VFR. No, I will go IFR because I want control. I will file a flight plan because if it's busy, I want to be controlled on my approach and landing. If there's other traffic, which there's bound to be at an airfield like Zagreb. Okay, time to throttle back. Just a fraction. Right, I'm heading 134 now. Okay, the climb rate's naturally settling down a bit. Okay, looks like I need to just trim or give that right aileron a touch. Level it there. Looks like we've got a wind coming from the right. We're just crabbing left. Now we're just crabbing right. Oh yeah, we're now actually left wing dropping. Sorry, right wing's dropping. So I've just touched 1 notch of left wing down on the aileron. No, 1 more notch. Now the right wing's rising. And we'll start turning left. So I'm going to have to be managing the aileron trim the whole way there, I think. Yeah. Just put in another notch of right wing. Oh, we've hit some cloud. That's peculiar. Okay, we're on instruments now. Well, there was no announcement that that cloud was coming, was there? We just suddenly, I think the weather updated. I don't know what just happened. Anyway, okay, so we're on instruments now, mainly the ASI. And we'll see how long it takes us to climb up through this cloud. Okay, I'm on 147. I'm going to come left. 148. Okay, still on 148. I'm going to left aileron trim 1. We're still climbing very gently. 146. We're just turning left now, so I'm going to go wings level manually, and then one touch of right wing down, trim, still climbing. 143. We are coming left still. Speed's in the green, fuel's in the green, voltage is in the green, fuel flows green, everything looks good. 142 degrees. Attitude's fine, gentle climb. 140 now, just need to come right again. We are tipping to the left. Okay, I'm going to add one notch of right wing aileron. Trim. 142, 143. Right, we're just starting to nose to wing down to the right. So manually kick the stick over to the left a fraction. Yeah, we're actually moving quite far to the right. Still climbing now, 8,000 feet. Through 8,000. Everything's still in the green. I may file my flight plan shortly. 145 degrees, okay. Just coming right a fraction. I need to bring that to the left again, back onto 140. So we're completely whited out here by clouds, so this is quite a lot of instrument flying happening here. I might check my GPS in a second just to make sure we're on course, but we should be because we've been hovering around the 141 to 144 heading. Climbing now 8,500 feet. Right, let's check the map. Okay, we're going to have to come left onto about 130, which we're doing quite nicely. I'd love to turn that radio off. Done. Okay, the radio is now... Oh, no, it's not. No, that didn't turn it off. Okay, what are we on now? 129. That's the heading we want. Good. I'm going to try and roll out on 129. Approaching 9,000 feet now. Airspeed's good. 130, 132. Heading, come left a fraction. Still climbing. Wow, we're never going to get through this cloud, are we? 134, let's keep coming left. Just starting to swing right here. I really want to... Actually, I can... Holding 135 is okay with me. 134, now we've just started. Okay. Just done a bit of a manual adjustment there of the heading. I could center that ball just a little bit better, couldn't I? That looks about perfect. 129. Okay, coming on 9,500 feet.
Papa, climb to maintain flight level 280.
Turned onto 138, so I need to come left.
80 November, 03 X-ray, Papa.
Stuck in the cloud. Doesn't make for a very exciting video, does it?
04 X-ray, Papa.
It's completely white in all directions.
350.
Okay, 138, let's come left, let's come left.
50 November, 04 X-ray, Papa.
Okay, I've turned off heading quite a bit there. So I'm just going to bring it back onto about 128 for a minute or two.
280.
Up to flight level 280 November, 03 X-ray, Papa.
Okay, we'll just roll out on that heading for a minute or so. And then we'll try and bring it onto back about 131.
Heading 010.
Heading 010 November, 01.
Are we still climbing? Yes, 200 feet per minute. Okay. Try and get it back onto 130-ish.
03 X-ray.
Okay, I'm going to trim back on the nose to get a little bit more climb happening.
Up to flight level 280
132,
November,
that'll do.
03
Speed should drop back here. I really want to push up to 10 and try and get through this cloud. I don't know what height it stops at. Should have paid attention to the briefing. Okay, let's apply for a flight plan now.
November 04 X-ray.
We want Lima Delta Zulu Alpha. Lima Delta Zulu Alpha.
50 November,
Lima
02
Delta
X-ray, Papa.
Zulu Alpha. Lima Delta Zulu Alpha. And we're going to go with 9,000 feet.
November 03 X-ray. Papa, climb to maintain flight level 280.
Just going to wait for the radio to clear up and submit that.
280 November, 03 X-ray, Papa.
Come on.
November 172 Sierra.
Alright.
IFR to Lima Delta Zulu Alpha at file. Maintain 7,000.
Squawk 4701.
1. November
4701. Maintain 7,000.
280
Okay, we need to drop down to 7,000. And let's read it back.
Cleared IFR to Lima Delta Zulu Alpha as filed. Maintain 7,000. Squawk 470.
Okay, throttling back.
November 172 Sierra, Papa.
And we're going to descend down to 7,000 quite rapidly.
3 X-ray. Papa.
Because I know these guys get all upset if you delay with your descending.
280
And they start yelling at you. Oh, come on, descend. There we go, now the nose is down. Gotta watch that airspeed, watch that airspeed. Let's just bring the throttle right back. Okay, 139. Come left, come left, come left.
3 X-ray. Papa, climb to maintain flight level 280.
Up to flight level 280 November 03 X-ray, Papa.
November 172 Sierra. Papa, fly heading 130.
Passing through 9,000. Now I think we got into the cloud at about 8,000 feet. So if we drop down to 7, we should punch through the cloud just as we arrive at our target altitude. Whoa, of course.
Climb to maintain flight level 280.
Up to flight level 280 November.
Okay, speed looks good at about 100 knots. We're heading 132, which is good. We're descending now through 9,000 feet, so we've got about 1,000 feet to go hopefully before we punch through the base of this cloud. Airspeed's good, no trouble about the airframe at this airspeed. One, 132 heading. Oh, it's come left, come left. We're just losing the ASI. We're starting to kick the right wing down there.
Phone navigation, November.
And there's a lot of right wing down happening. Okay, we've got to keep it on the airspeed's critical here. Not to let that go too fast. Okay.
November 03 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain.
It's 8,000 now, we're dropping through.
Up to flight level 280, November 03 X-ray Papa.
November 04 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain. Flight level 350.
Up to flight level 350, November 04
Okay,
X-ray
134, just got to come back a bit onto 130. Just come left a fraction. Still descending.
November
7,500 now.
Papa. Climb and maintain. Flight level 280.
Up to flight level
Oh, I can sort of see ground down there now. Just starting to show through.
X-ray Papa.
November 04 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain. Flight level
Yeah, I can see hills up ahead too. So we're just about to pop through and we may get to visual. I'm not sure, but it looks like we're just dropping through the base of this cloud. 7,000 coming up now. Power on.
November 03 X-ray Papa.
Nose back to a sort of level attitude.
Up to flight level 280.
And we're on 137, so we're going to come left a bit. Okay, we've got some fairly decent sized hills underneath us here. At least we can see now, but we're still in cloud, so it's going to be IFR.
Up to flight level 350, November 04 X-ray.
We're going to continue the IFR. We need to climb just a fraction.
November 172 Sierra Papa. Climb and maintain. 7,000.
Yeah, I'm trying to, mate.
Up to 7,000, November
I'm trying to.
172 Sierra Papa.
Oh, jeez. Let's get that nose up.
04 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain.
Wow, we just did some awful turns and whatnot there.
Up to flight level 350.
Gotta get that nose up. Come on, trim, trim, trim. Okay, that's a bit better.
November 03 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain. Flight level 280.
Up to flight level 280, November 03 X-ray Papa.
November 04 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain.
Okay, that's 125 the heading, so we've got to come right. But we'll soon be at altitude. Yeah, we're at altitude now, so I'm just going to trim the nose forward to level flight.
November
129 degrees. Okay, we're just about there.
heading 10.
Oh, we started descending.
Heading 100, November 04 X-ray Papa.
November 04 X-ray Papa. Fly heading 06.
Okay, now we can trim that nose into level.
Heading 060, November 0.
Oh, it goes into a dive very quickly when I trim the nose down. I'll put some more power on.
November 04 X-ray Papa.
Okay, we're just about right now.
Level 3.
Let's check where we are. Not terribly far off.
Level 350, November 04 X-ray Papa.
We need to descend. We're going to get yelled at very shortly. Got about a 200 feet tolerance, the air traffic control.
X-ray Papa. Fly heading 210.
Heading 210, November 01 X-ray
Can we
Papa.
see? We can just see the landscape below us, but it's really not worth looking out because I lose. Oh, we're well above.
350.
Up to flight level 350, November
Come on.
04 X-ray Papa.
November 01 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain. Flight level 360.
Up to flight level 3.
Oh, that's almost level flight.
November 01
No,
X-ray
bit more
Papa.
power.
November 03 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain. Flight level 280.
Up to flight level 280, November
Okay, we're pretty much in level flight, bang on altitude. I just got to manage the heading now. We've come way left.
November 01 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain. Flight level 360.
Okay, we're 10 degrees left there, so I'm just going to line back up on my heading of 130. Very small amounts of climb and descent, but it's okay.
X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain. Flight level 280.
It's quite a lot of work flying IFR, hands-on IFR. Can't leave my eyes off the ASI, the airspeed indicator, and the heading, and the the airspeed indicator, the ASI, the artificial horizon, and the navigation radio there for more than a second. I'm going to keep an eye on the RPM. Actually, I can increase the engine RPM, and I've got to check the airspeed quite regularly too, so we don't overspeed anything. Right, we're doing okay. And then the climb and descent. Actually, there's about 5 or 6 instruments I'm constantly referring to here, and I'm just on a pattern of looking at one, the other, then back to the first again. Okay, we may have a chance to have a quick look at the map. Yeah, good.
November 03 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 280.
128. Come right a bit. It's funny how we've got bright sort of sunlight shallows showing in the cockpit, even though we're below, in cloud, below cloud. Still a few lighting issues that need to be resolved clearly. Can we see anything? Yeah, we can just make out some fields and whatnot below. Every time I look down, the aircraft starts tipping off to the right. Tipping off to the left, rather. Which means I probably need a couple of notches of right aileron in. There you can see down there some fields.
November 03 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 280.
Okay, I'm just going to drop the nose for a second to shed a few feet. There we go. Let's deal with that. One 137. Okay, come left. We're a few degrees off course again.
November 03 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 280.
I really don't like the constant transmissions between that air traffic control and the other aircraft, the other AI aircraft, because they're just way too frequent and they keep repeating the same instruction again and again and again, which makes me think that something's stuck. Something in the AI is just stuck and it's refusing to move on to the next.
November 03 X-ray Papa.
It's the same one.
Maintain flight level 280.
Maintain flight level 280. Constantly repeating that transmission. It's horrific. There should be some kind of timeout feature that it doesn't repeat the same transmission within 10 minutes or something, I don't know, but it's about every 20 seconds at the moment. Oh, hello! Hello, cloudless skies. Now, is there actually cloud behind me? Not visually, no. Okay, so there is a problem there with the way the clouds are rendering as well. But at least we're VFR now, despite being on IFR instructions. Now, the airfield should be over there somewhere. Just had a little bit of frame rate loss, but we're okay. We have recovered. Oh, this is great to be able to see again. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be coming in north of the field.
November 03 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 280.
Oh, is that the field up ahead? That looks like it. Okay, we're going to come left then, so we're not pointing directly at the airfield. Come on a slight join angle. Okay, we're shedding a bit of height.
November 03 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 280.
So we are now entering the airspace around Zagreb. Now, am I going to get this right or wrong? Zagreb is part of Croatia, I think. Oh, jeez. You get this one wrong and you're in trouble. Pretty sure Zagreb is Croatia. Or is it no, it's not Serbia, is it? Serbia. Zagreb could be part of Serbia. Oh, I'm not sure. Not entirely sure. Let's just leave it at that. I'll find out, of course, as soon as I finish up. I'll check Google. So we're coming over the very last hills now, last set of hills.
On navigation.
On navigation, November 01 X-ray Papa.
And we will soon be getting, I think, our first instructions from Zagreb control, because we must be closing in on their control airspace. Oh, we managed to hold that 7,000 feet within about 150 feet the whole way through that cloud, the invisible clouds that we never saw until we were in them. I can see a navigation light over there, it's a strobe. Right, let's get our strobe on.
Flight level 350.
We'll get our strobe on so that we're pinging as well. See, there's a strobe light just down there where my cursor is. It's another aircraft departing Zagreb by the looks of things, which means the wind is probably coming from the north, because he's probably taken off
100
in the direction towards the north.
X-ray Papa.
November 03 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 280.
Up to flight level 280 November.
Okay, we're now actually going to turn directly in towards the field, because we might be coming in from
04 X-ray Papa. Climb
we
and
might already be on the
50.
Up to flight level
upwind end of the
250
field,
November 04 X-ray
and
Papa.
that just means we have to fly around the circuit for much longer. So I'm going to point straight at the airfield now. 12 o'clock. It's just underneath the or above the engine cowling.
Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 280.
Up to flight level 280 November.
And we're still at 7,000 feet. Now we're straight in.
November 04 X-ray Papa. Climb and
Check our
maintain
map.
flight level 350.
That's another Cessna.
Flight level 350.
And there's a 737 off to our left somewhere, but probably way above us. Yeah, there he is up there. You can see his contrail. Way up there!
3 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 2.
And this other Cessna now is down in front of my nose. I'll see if we can get a visual on him. You can see his lights. Uh-oh, there's somebody on the field. Oh dear. There's actually an aircraft down there on the field. Now, if that's an AI that's stuck on the field, I'll be really disappointed, because the last few airfields I've seen, he's on an apron area, so we might be okay.
Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 280.
Up to flight level 280 November 03 X-ray Papa.
Bring us home, people. Zagreb, bring us home. Well, not home, but bring us in.
X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 360.
Up to flight level 360 November 01 X-ray Papa.
Leaving the hilly stuff real behind now.
Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 280.
Up to flight level 280 November 03 X-ray Papa.
Just having a bit of a look back at those hills. They do look nice.
November 01 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain.
It's as far back as it's letting me move my head is there. So I'm gonna have to. I might have to adjust my track IR
01
just a fraction more. Wow, we're almost on top of the airfield now.
November 03 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 280.
Oh my goodness.
Up to flight
I've had a transmission that I haven't read back.
03 X-ray Papa. Up to 7,000 November 172 Sierra Papa.
November 172 Sierra Papa. Lima Delta.
3026.
Altimeter 3026.
Thank you. That's what I had.
Lima Delta Zulu
I forgot to read back a transmission earlier.
026 November 172 Sierra Papa.
Right, we should be getting instructions now for the circuit. 7026. Sorry, 3026.
November 01 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 360.
Up to flight level 360 November 01 X-ray Papa.
November 03 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 280.
Almost on top of the airfield now.
Flight level 280 November 03 X-ray Papa.
Just going to shed a couple of 100 feet. There's the airfield at 1 o'clock. Don't see any other aircraft in the circuit. Ah, that dude's taxiing though. I think he's getting closer now to the... Is he getting closer? No, he's not. He's just sitting there. Okay.
November 01 X-ray Papa. Climb to maintain flight level 360.
Up to flight level 360, November 01 X-ray Papa.
Still waiting for my instructions, guys. Must be time to turn me in on landing. I'm almost bang over the field. Just passing over the airfield now. And no word from control whatsoever. If we don't get any word, I'm going to turn right and we'll just do a VFR approach. Because I'm not quite sure how these air traffic systems are working yet. Still haven't quite nutted it out. Especially after the problems I'd had with being you know, sent into hillsides and aircraft being parked on the runways, not going anywhere.
Flight level 350.
Up to flight level 350, November 04 X-ray Papa.
November 01 X-ray Papa. Climb to maintain flight level 360.
Up to flight level 360, November 01 X-ray Papa.
Okay, we're going past the field now basically. It's underneath us. So I'm going to start my setup for landing. Because it looks like we're not going to get any instructions. So let's do this the visual way.
November 01 X-ray Papa. Climb to maintain flight level 360.
Up to flight level 360, November 01 X-ray Papa.
He's going to yell at me in a second for being in breach of my altitude. I may have to just cancel the IFR. Or I could submit a new one. Just make sure I get the airfield. Lima Delta Zulu Alpha.
November 01 X-ray Papa. Climb to maintain flight level 360.
Up to flight level 360, November 01 X-ray Papa. Center, November 03 X-ray Papa.
November 04 X-ray Papa. Climb to maintain flight level 350.
Up to flight level 350, November 04 X-ray Papa.
November 172 Sierra Papa. Climb to maintain
Yeah.
7000.
Lima Delta Zulu Alpha. Okay, I'm going to cancel this IFR.
172 Sierra Papa. Climb to maintain 7000. November 172 Sierra Papa. Climb to maintain 7000. November 172.
Oh, whoops, I'm doing the wrong one.
Papa. Climb to maintain 7000.
Up to 7,000, November 172 Sierra Papa.
Lima Delta Zulu Alpha.
November 172 Sierra Papa. Climb to maintain 7000.
Not letting me cancel. Okay, Lima Delta Zulu Alpha.
01 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 360.
Okay, let's go for 1,000.
0 November 01 X-ray Papa.
November 172 Sierra Papa. Cleared IFR to Lima Delta Zulu Alpha as filed. Maintain 1000. Squawk
Right.
4704.
4704.
November 01 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 360. November 04 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 350.
Up to flight level 350 November 04 X-ray Papa. Cleared IFR to Lima Delta Zulu Alpha as filed. Maintain 1.
Okay, the airfield should be behind us on the right now.
04 November 172
Yep, so I'm going to start a right turn. I don't know if these guys are actually going to let me in because they're not switching me over to the local control.
Climb and maintain flight level 3.
So I'm not quite sure why that's happening.
Flight level 360
And I can't see the airfield. I'm just going to
Papa. Up to
turn
flight
onto
level
south.
350 November 04 X-ray Papa.
November 172.
Ah, okay, good.
Fly heading 060.
We've got a heading change.
Heading 060 November 172 Sierra Papa.
Okay, we now can turn on to 060.
November 04 X-ray Papa. Fly heading 230.
Heading 230 November 04 X-ray Papa.
November 01 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 360.
Up to flight level 360 November 01 X-ray Papa.
Okay, now we're on 060
November 04 X-ray
or thereabouts.
heading 280.
Heading 280 November 04 X-ray Papa.
And I still want to descend down to this 1,000.
November 01 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 360.
Up to flight level 360 November 01 X-ray Papa.
Is our field?
November 02 X-ray Papa. Descend and maintain 11,000.
Down to 11,000 November 02 X-ray Papa.
Okay, there's my heading of 060 and I'm still descending. I'll get down to our 1,000 feet. Or as close as we can without crashing. Still descending here.
November 01 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 360.
Up to flight level 360.
We're really disappearing away from the airfield.
01 X-ray Papa.
November 01 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 3.
Starting to wonder whether they've forgotten about me again.
Up to flight level 360. November 01 X-ray Papa.
November 01 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 360.
Up to flight level 360. November 01 X-ray Papa.
November 01 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 360.
Up to flight level 360. November 01 X-ray Papa.
November 01 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 360.
Up to flight level 360. November 01 X-ray Papa.
Okay, I'm going to take this into my hands again because actually out of time here, and I'm not sure whether they're still controlling me or not. So I'm just going to turn in towards the field and conduct a VFR approach and landing, like I said I was going to do before.
X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 360.
But this time I really am going to do it.
Level 360. November
So we're going to circle around
X-ray Papa.
up over this beacon up ahead somewhere, and then we're going to turn left onto finals. There's the field over there, and it does appear to be that oh, that's a beacon light, it's not an aircraft. Okay,
November 01 X-ray Papa. Climb and maintain flight level 360.
Up to flight level 360.
okay, I'm going to cancel my flight plan.
01 X-ray Papa.
And we'll try and talk to the tower.
November 172 Sierra Papa.
Okay, we're still on 3026, which is fine.
3026.
Lima Delta Zulu Alpha. Altimeter 3026. November 172 Sierra Papa.
Right, I still haven't worked out who to fire. I don't know if I have to fire the flight plan with a different actor, or whether I was already doing it with the right people. But we're going to go VFR anyway now, so I should probably just turn those radios off, but we're not going to. Okay, nav's on, strobes on, landing light on. We'll leave the taxi light off for now. We'll try and turn that on once we get close in. So go turn the fuel pump on, so we've got fuel pressure if we need it for a go around. And where's our threshold? Where is our threshold? Ugh, this blimmin' bar is in the way on the cockpit. Okay, there we are in. And where are the puppy lights? The puppy dog lights, I don't see them yet. So we'll get ourselves onto an approach angle, and then we'll start worrying about the puppy. puppy dog. So we're going to come in over, probably just past this bend in the river here.
2 X-ray, Papa.
November 02 X-ray Papa. Fly heading 040. Runway 5, clear for takeoff.
Heading 040. Runway 5, cleared for takeoff. November 02.
Oh god, I hope that's not someone down here taking off. Is there anyone down there? No, there's no one down there. It's empty. Ah, there is. Is there? I think there's someone on the threshold just about to depart. Yeah, I think there's someone just moving. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. Anyway, right, how's our glide slope looking? There are no puppy dog lights here, so we're just going to roll in. And we're going to set up for our approach. Just chopping the throttle there, and we'll go with our first notch of flaps, 10% flaps. Whoa, we're inside the airfield here. Okay, what is that down there? Is that just another signal light? Oh, this flipping. Here we go. There is, I think, another aeroplane on this airfield stuck on the runway. This is the third in a row now, I think. Or the second in a row. There's just been an AI aeroplane just sitting there.
November 02 X-ray Papa. Contact center on 135.95.
Contact center on
What is that? What is that thing?
135.95.
Nah, it's not. It's not a person.
02 X-ray, Papa.
Okay, right, we can start our approach then. Next flap in. Okay, let's try and set this up a little bit. Did airspeed up. Ah, now I've got my puppy light system showing either side of the threshold, about 10% down the runway, and I just want to get onto 2 reds and 2. I've just put the next issue of flap down, and I'm currently too high. There's an aircraft coming at me. So I'm landing in the wrong direction, it seems. There's a Cessna flying over the top. Hello, mate. Okay, so I'm landing in the wrong direction. Or he's taking off in the wrong direction. I'm not sure. Anyway, that was a near miss. Shall record that, note that one down in the log. The volt light just came on to tell me that my battery's running low, I think. So, I don't know, what can I turn off? The fuel pump. Do I need to turn the fuel pump off? I don't know. No, I wasn't generating enough. With my RPM, generating enough electricity, I think. Okay, are we still too high? I think we're too high, but I've got white puppy lights, which is not good. Although we are lined up with the threshold now. Almost. Airspeed's good at 60. There goes my voltage light again. Oh, it really doesn't like it when I throttle back. A little bit of right to left breeze, I think. Too low now according to the puppy lights, but that's fine. I'm happy with that. And we'll just put a little bit of left. And fly it into the ground. Not the best of landings. because I was doing a bit of a flare. But not the worst of landings either. Okay, we're looking for an exit now. There is one here. Can we make it to that one in time? Yep. We can. No, we can't. For some reason my brakes aren't working. I was like, wow. Okay, that was a bit weird. I do have my I had my brake on, but I think I was going a bit fast. Still, we're off. Oh dear. Not the best of pilots, I've got to say. Okay, let's get the landing light off. Ah, stay on the flipping... God damn it. I need to assign that to a key or something, because trying to use the mouse for all this stuff is nigh on impossible. There we go, get the strobe off too. Actually, I probably should have the strobe on, shouldn't I, for taxiing around? I don't know. Not really too sure. Okie dokie. I'm going to turn left and park here, I think. It's going to be me, my own parking space. Let's come forward. Good. Get the park brake in. That's weird. Park brake won't come down. Why not? Oh, because I've got the foot brakes on. So you have to take the foot brakes off in order to put the park brake on. Right. Let's go for a lean mixture. Try and run the engine out that way. Fuel pump off. Beacon off. Nav light off. Strobe light off. Turn the avionics off. And we'll turn the alternator off. I'm going to leave the battery on just for now. And we'll have a look at that landing, see how crappy it was. Throttle back. Okay, we'll try and watch from this angle. Just hit play. Here we are coming in. There's me doing a flare, which is naughty, naughty, naughty. Oh, actually it wasn't bad. For some reason I threw the throttle on after we I really gave it a good squirt of the throttle. I don't know why I did that, and that's what left me running so fast and gave me awful problems trying to get off here. I should have left it. I should have left it for the next one. Foolishly, I thought I could get myself off, and with a screech of wheels and a clip of the tail and a clunk against a board and smacking into a light, I managed to get myself back on the taxiway. So yeah, a nice landing actually in the end, followed up by a terrible, terrible piece of ground handling. So that means we are now in Zagreb, and we will have to plan our next flight south. Don't know where we're going to go to. I don't see terribly many airfields. Maybe this one. Banja Luka. Banja Luka. Possibly. We'll see. But we need to be going south or east.